Hold on. Okay.
What's going on, Juco? He coming with the crowd. Every eye succeed. And they also was pierced. And all kindred of the earth shall live. Even so, my man, I am Alpha and Omega.
Shalom, 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 family. I was trying to get us some music keyed up. Hey, we having technical difficulties tonight, but I'm not gonna let that keep holding me up. All praises to the Most High, to all the family in the chat, to my brother Yahuwah's kingdom. Shalom, Hebrew. Got Sister Shonda in the building. One love, one love. Got my brother Mikael in the building with me. What's going on with you, Hebrew?
Shalom, Hebrew. What's happening?
Man, all praise to the Most High, man. We finna get this work done. Man, glad to be here again, man. We doubling up today. Doubling up.
Yeah.
Hey, trying to get a little work done for the Most High. Shalom, Sister Jim. Trying to wait on the family to come in the room before we get started.
Yeah, I can play a song for you, Hebrew.
Hey, bring it out, Hebrew. Play it. Hey, I gotta send
Uh,
these other songs to you too, man. Got to get these other new tracks over there to you. But go
yeah,
ahead.
I got to get us some more intros, new intro.
Yeah, I got plenty of music for the intro, man. I got to get them to you.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, Then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. Where all this pride coming from, huh? We denied the sun from the jump. Number one, number two, we worship all these falsified deities. Sending vain praises up, worshiping our enemies. Three, we glorify and put our trust in man. Idolizing doctrines that's abominable to man. And we puffed up like we done something. Even though the prophets told us that the Lord would turn from us, utterly destroy us, homeland desolate. He told us he would scatter us. Tell me, what you thought that meant? Most these pastors teaching nonsense in the pulpits. Ministers of Satan, that's who they be fooling with. Doctrines of devils, demons in your reign, sin and iniquity, never ending pain. Pray the Lord forgive me, I blaspheme his name. In my holy ignorance, have mercy on me, man. Have mercy on me, man. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he cares for you. I was a sinner and I know it, trying to change though. Read scripts, trying to apply them to my life, so I had to make some changes, call it audible. Cause some things I was doing was abominable. Had a slice of humble pie, you should try it, Pete. It's that inner self that you should be trying to reach. It's that daily bread that we should be trying to eat. The spirit mindset we should be trying to keep. All this hatred is of Satan, he deceived us all. But if we believe on the Son, he gon' redeem us all. Glorified bodies, but are you teachable? Or do you just wanna do what you wanna do? That's a question we gotta ask ourselves, cause that sound like self-worship and that's a path to hell. Well, as for me, I'ma humble on down, and with a trembling heart pray for my crown. Now, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is God which worketh in you, both to will and to do of his good pleasure. Do all things without murmurings and disputings, that ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. Yea, and if I be offered upon the sacrifice and service of your faith, I joy and rejoice with all of you. For the same cause also do ye joy and rejoice with me. And rejoice with me. And
Hey, play one more, Hebrew. Can you hear me, Mike? Mikael. All right, family. I don't know. He driving. He probably don't have a connection right now. If y'all can hear me okay in the chat, can I get fours in the chat if y'all can hear me good, family? Can I get some fours in the chat if y'all can hear me okay? I want to make sure we got good connection and everything before we get started. Let me get some fours in the chat if y'all can hear me okay before we get this thing started. Okay, all praise to the Most High. Okay, family. The name of the lesson tonight is the United States of Egypt. The United States of Egypt. And I'm sure that y'all can tell by the title of the lesson that it's gonna be some good eating going on tonight. Bro Stephen, bro Mikael, we've been gone for a while. So hey, we coming back in hot. We coming back in hot. The United States of Egypt. Point one. All of the days of the week are associated with various gods and goddesses in this captivity. Two. The major holidays are all of pagan origins: Christmas, Easter, Halloween. Three. All of the major holidays contain the use of pagan symbols in the celebration, like Yule log, Christmas trees, Easter bunnies, Easter eggs. Four, the pledge requires us to pledge our allegiance to an
All right, Hebrew.
object
I'm sorry. I'm back.
and not
I'm
just
sorry
a
about that.
country. Number five, millions of humans were wrapped and murdered just to acquire this land. And number six, millions were put into slavery to build the economy and keep it running. So going into this lesson, we're gonna go in hot, y'all. Like I said, first of all, every day of the week is associated with a god. Starting out with pagan worship. Two, the major holidays of pagan origins: Easter, Halloween, Christmas. And this land of Egypt, the daughter of Babylon, the land of our captivity, from the beginning, they knew exactly what they wanted this country to be when they first established this country. None of this happened by accident. It was all planned out what they had planned to do when they got here. Number four, the pledge requires us to pledge our allegiance. That's why they want you to stand up. They indoctrinate our children while they're young. They want them to pledge allegiance to their flag. They want us to pledge an allegiance. And what we're doing when we do that pledge of allegiance is we worshiping an idol God. We taking an oath, basically, to a pagan God. Number five, millions of humans were raped and murdered just to acquire this land. Our foreparents that was here before these people got here, they were murdered, they were raped, and they took this land. It was all established by blood. And as we go through this lesson, we're gonna talk about that. And millions were put into slavery to build an economy and keep it running. They put us in slavery to build this economy, and they keeping us in slavery to keep it in existence. They'll tell you, go back to Africa, but they don't really mean it. They don't mean none of that because they know that if we ever left this country, it would be in ruins. Why do you think they don't start trying to replace us with the Hispanics, with the Africans, and all of these other nations of people that they bringing in? Because they know that black people or Israelites have started a mass exodus out of this country. They know what's going on. And they also know that the Most High is coming back. They know prophecy. They know he coming back to set us free. They know he coming back to redeem his people. America has committed more wrong than there's room to cover in one lesson. And yet many will still view it as a nation under God. If all the evidence is correct, then America is indeed one nation under God, the God of this world. And we all know that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. We all know that. Okay, into the second Egypt. In order for the theory of the United States being the second Egypt to be valid, we need to find links to Egypt that would justify the application of this reference. Okay, let's start with something that we see every day, but may never have paid attention to outside of Freemasonry and the Illuminati conspiracy theories. Let's look at the back of a dollar bill. Okay, if y'all have a dollar bill in your possession, if you take that dollar bill and you turn it and look at the back of it, you will see symbols and symbolisms on the back of that dollar. But if you look to the left, you will see a pyramid. And that pyramid is commonly associated with what? With Egypt. Why would a brand new European controlled nation use an Egyptian monument on their currency? Why would okay, if this is a European nation, right? If this is not biblical prophecy, if this is not Egypt, this is a European country. We all know that the old Egypt, those were all black people. So why would a European nation put a Egyptian symbol on the back of their currency? Okay, and if we look at the wording above the pyramid, it reads annuity cypriotis. And then below the pyramid, it reads Novus Ordo Secularum. Okay, it's some people that have done breakdowns of this. This is a Latin phrase. And I'm going to tell y'all what it means, what that phrase means. Latin phrases appear a few times on the dollar bill. Above the pyramid reads Ornuit Serioptis, which means God has favored our undertaking. But what God are they talking about? God has favored our undertaking. Under the pyramid is the phrase Novus Ordos Secularum, which is interpreted as a new order of the ages. That's a Latin word that means a new order of the ages. Okay, on the banner of the eagle, it holds E pluribus unum, which also appears on almost all U.S. coins, and it means out of many, one. See, all of these phrases mean something. So, why would the Latin phrase new order of ages appear underneath a pyramid in a European country? Unless that country was equating its new empire to that of an ancient Egypt. If America is equating itself to ancient Egypt, then there is a solid cause that the transatlantic slave trade was a fulfillment of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. So let's turn over there. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at that Deuteronomy 68, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Let's take a look at that. Let's turn to it. And I know it's a familiar text. It's a familiar passage of scripture. We talk about it all the time. So Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68 reads, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bond men and bond women, and no man shall buy you. No man shall buy you. Okay, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Okay, if this prophecy was talking about the old Egypt, which is what some Christian scholars try to say, then why is it saying into Egypt again? And then why do it say with ships? Because we know that in the first Egypt, our foreparents, they walked over there. They didn't need a ship to get there. They walked. Okay? And then it says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So what the Most High was telling us was, you will never see your homeland again. And then once you get there, you're going to be sold unto your enemies. You're going to be sold unto your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be sold unto your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
So who is our enemies? Who is our
One who
enemies?
one who brought us over on slave ship.
The one that brought you over here on the slave ship. Hey, that's easy. That's easy to see.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 minute, Hebrew. I'm finna look up. I'm finna find a scripture for our enemies. Give me 1 second.
Take your time, Hebrew.
Talk for a minute.
Yeah, I was checking in Hebrew. That's what took me so long. I'm sorry.
Oh, you good. Talk to the people for 1 second. I'm gonna get that scripture on enemies.
Yeah, shalom everybody in the chat. Like I said, this brother, I know we done heard this before, but we gotta keep repeating it over and over till it stick. We got newcomers, we got people coming out of the church that's listening to the channel and other channels. You know what I'm saying? We just, these type of lessons don't get old to me. I don't know about y'all. This is very much needed. I'm willing to learn because there's some things me and Stephen learn so much. You'll learn so much in this walk, but you'll forget the little things. You know what I'm saying, Stephen? You'll forget
Oh
the
yeah.
little things. It's easy to forget the little things, y'all. So if you want to become learned in this walk, know the scriptures. Sometimes we got to go back to square one and do the milk lessons. All praise to the Most High.
All right, Hebrew. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. We're gonna go to Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. Let's go to
Exodus
Exodus
20,
20 and 2.
Exodus 22.
Read that for me, Hebrew.
All right. Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. That's it, Hebrew.
So Egypt is classified in this text as the house of bondage, which ties in with Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. Because when he say, I will bring you into Egypt again with ships, he's saying I will bring you back into bondage again with ships. Because we know that our foreparents went in captivity, they'll do good for a while. They'll be free. They'll start back sinning, they'll go back into captivity. He'll free them again, they'll cry out. They'll be free, then they'll go back. So we went through so many captivities. But this time he said, you're going to go into Egypt again with ships, into the house of bondage again with ships. And then he said, you ain't going to see your homeland no more. But back in those other captivities, once we were free, we was able to go back to our homeland, but not through this one. Through this one, the Most High said, you ain't going to see it no more. You ain't going to see it no more. Nobody going to come and redeem you out of this one.
Yeah. I got another one for you because, see, if they don't think this is a spiritual Egypt, let's go to Revelations 11 and 8. Revelations 11 and 8. And just to show y'all that this place, what this captivity that we in is called spiritual Egypt and spirit and Sodom. So listen to this. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually.
I think Mike phone went out.
I'm still going.
All
I'm
right, now
still
we can hear
talking.
you, Hebrew.
Okay, all right. Can you hear me? Okay. Revelations 11 and 8, and it read, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So this place is called spiritual Egypt and Sodom, brothers and sisters. Spiritual Egypt. Remember that this captivity is spiritual. It's a bondage on your minds as well. Go ahead, bro. I just had to show him that.
All right. So while we looking at that, let's go to Zechariah. Because when we was talking about enemies, he said you will be sold unto your enemies. And then in the book of Zechariah, chapter 9, the Most High told us who our enemies were. So let's go to Zechariah. Let's go look at that thing. Let's
Zechariah
look at,
chapter 9.
yeah, Zechariah chapter 9. We're going to start at verse 1, Hebrew.
All right, Zechariah chapter 9, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord in the land of Hadrach and Damascus shall be the rest thereof. when the eyes of man as well of all the tribes of Israel shall be toward the Lord. And Hamath also shall border thee. Tyrus and Zidon through it be very wise. And Tyrus did build himself a stronghold, and heap of silver as the dust, and fine gold as the myrrh of the streets. Behold, the Lord will cast her out, and he will smite her power in the sea, and she shall be devoured with fire. Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall see it and be very sorrowful. And Ekron, for her expectation shall be ashamed, and the king shall perish from Gaza, and Ashkelon shall not be inhabited. And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. And I will make. I'm sorry. You got something? You finna say something, bro?
Well, what I'm finna say is these people that he naming off, all of these people are the enemies of Israel. Go ahead, keep reading Hebrew.
And I will take away his blood out of his mouth. I'm sorry. And I will take away his blood out of his mouth and his abominations from between his teeth. But he that remaineth, even he shall be for our Yah, and he shall be as a governor in Judah, and Ekron as a Jebusite. And I will encamp, and I will encamp about my house because of the army, because of him that passeth by, and because of him that returneth, and no oppressor shall pass through them any more. For now have I seen with my eyes. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion, about and shout, O daughter of Jerusalem, behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass, and upon a coat, the foal of an ass. And I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim, and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off. And he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from the river even to the ends of the earth.
All right, Hebrew. That's good right there. See, all of those nations that was coming up against our forefathers, those are our enemies, Hebrew. And
Mm,
then you got Idumea, you got the Philistines, you got the Moabites, you got um um the Canaanites. All of those people, those are our enemies.
that's
And
right.
then we over here in this country right now, we surrounded by our enemies, bro. We surrounded by our enemies. You got Amalek over here. You got Edomites over here. You got Moabites over here. Like, bro, we surrounded by our enemies.
That's right.
And the Most High prophesied that it was going to happen. Hey, let's go to Joel chapter 3, and we're going to look at verse 3 through 7.
Joel chapter 3, verse 7.
No, 3 through 7.
Oh, okay, 3 through 7. All right.
Yeah.
And they have cast lots. Oh, you there yet, Hebrew? I hear you turning
Yeah, I'm here.
pages.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And they have cast lots for my people, and he given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have you do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all
Uh-huh.
the coast of Palestine? Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my God, I'm sorry, my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, can you read Hebrew?
Nah, you can stop right there.
All right,
Oh, yeah, we was going to go to 7. But, hey, I'm looking at this 1 and 2. I'm going to read 1 through 2.
all right.
It say, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and
Mm-mm,
will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat
mm-mm.
and will plead with them there for my people. and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. So the Most High say, we're going to be scattered among all nations. Hebrew, where we going to be at in this time that he talking about, bro, we going to be around every nation of people. What is America? What they call America? The melting pot.
Melted pot. Yeah. The melting
Because
pot.
this prophecy is being fulfilled right here in America, Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
We in it. We are among every nation of people right here in Egypt, the United States of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we at right now.
Sure
All
is.
right.
That's what they call it, a melting pot.
Well, y'all talking about the Old Testament. Y'all, wow, we New Testament. All right, well, let's go to Luke 21 then.
Mm-mm.
Let's go to Luke chapter 21. Luke
Luke
chapter
chapter
21, and we're going
21.
to look at verse 24. And it reads, I'm going to start at 23, 22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be a great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
So we talking about the United States of Egypt. We in the United States of Egypt. Now that
Mm-hmm.
particular scripture right there is saying that we'll be captive in all nations, in which we are. But the killing part about the United States of Egypt is, even though we scattered to the four corners, but all the people that's in the four corners of the earth, they all are here in the United States of Egypt. They all in one place over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the point that I'm making. That's the point that I'm trying to bring home. All right. Did you have anything, Hebrew?
No, Hebrew, look, you hit it on the head because that's what the prophecy is. We're gonna be scattered to the four corners of the earth, and we're gonna be amongst the heathens or the Gentiles until the Messiah comes.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now let's talk about the obelisk. That was an Egyptian structure, and yet the world's largest obelisk is where? Located in Washington, D.C. See, this was meant to be an indication of America being the second Egypt, Hebrew. See, this stuff, bro, when you remember in the beginning when I said, I don't know if you was on here, but I said, none of this stuff happened by accident. When they created this nation with this idea in mind that this was going to be the second Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask this: is it a coincidence that America sent slave ships to the known location of Israelites in Africa? Is that a coincidence? Y'all let me know in the chat. Was that a coincidence?
No, that wasn't no
What
coincidence.
was it a coincidence that they went straight to where the Israelites was at, bro?
Hmm. Knew where
But
we was
hey,
at.
hey, I heard another Hebrew bring this out, and I never looked at it this way. He said, Hebrew. He said, think about it. He said, every great nation that's ever existed on the face of the earth would have never existed without the labor of Israelites.
Mm.
Every great nation that has ever existed on the face of the earth was built on the backs of Israelites. So when they started to build this nation, do you think it was an accident that they knew where to go? What people they need to go get to build this nation up?
Hmm.
Okay. Question number two. Is it a coincidence that America used symbols that intentionally associated itself with Egypt? Is that an accident? Question number three. Is it a coincidence that the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade are now uncovering evidence that we are the true Israelites of the Bible? Is that a coincidence? No, it's not. None of that is a coincidence. Bible prophecy doesn't rely on coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Mikael, the scriptures don't rely on coincidences.
Oh no.
When we look at prophecy without an agenda and without making excuses, we can see that most of the world is built around keeping America secret.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world helped America keep their secret. Think about it. The whole world helped America keep it a secret that the black people that came over here, the slaves, were the true Israelites of the Bible. The whole world helped keep that secret.
Mm-hmm.
America targeted Israel. They kidnapped Israel. They enslaved, raped, divided Israel, land and people, and
She.
then attempted to cover up their crime.
Yeah, that's well, see what you describing is Psalm 83. You know what I'm saying? Psalms 83. They conspired together to cut Israel off from being a nation.
Throughout the Bible, Hebrew, it's a future nation that is referred to by the names of multiple ancient nations. The concept of a final world empire existing of attributes from previous world empires is first mentioned in the book of Daniel. And we're going to look at it. Let's go to Daniel chapter 7, and we're going to look at verse 23. See, the prophets of the Most High, they've been foretelling about this, Hebrew.
All right, Daniel chapter 7,
In verse 23.
verse 23. Daniel 7 and 23, and it reads, Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces.
Okay, now let me ask this question. I'm going to ask this question, Hebrew. It said, Then was the king exceedingly glad for him and commanded that they should take Daniel. Hold on, hold on. We at 7 and 23. I'm in the wrong spot. Hold on one second. Daniel 7 and 23. I'm in 6 and 23. Hold on. Okay. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth. Now we all know that the fourth kingdom is the United States of Egypt. It's America. Okay. Which shall be diverse from all nations. How is America, how is the United States of Egypt diverse from all nations? No other country in the world has the diversity of America. No other country in the world indulges in the things that people indulge in America. No other nation on the earth has went around and conquered everybody on the planet Earth. It says, and shall devour the whole earth. You know why I say devour the whole earth? Because the prophet knew that the military might of the United States of Egypt was going to go around the world and conquer everybody through war. Because he knew that the blessing that our forefather gave to Esau was he would have the fat of the land. He would get everything he got through warfare.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he prophesied this. Esau, Edom, the United States of Egypt have went around the entire globe murdering people into submission. That's why that scripture said, and shall devour the whole earth.
Mm-hmm.
Because Daniel knew what this country and this people were going to be capable of. And then it says, and shall tread it down. Have they not treaded down the whole earth, Hebrew?
They traded all square, the whole earth, even the Antarctica. They traded
They
the whole earth.
everywhere, bro.
Yes, sir. Even
They
in
got
space.
military bases everywhere across around the world.
Mm-hmm. And
And
they in
if it ain't the
space.
United States, it's their cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They all together. Okay. And then it say, and it's gonna break it into pieces. Look at what they doing. Look at what they doing in Africa right now. Look at what they doing in Ukraine right now. Look at what they doing over there in Israel right now. They even go
Mm,
against each other, Hebrew.
mm-hmm.
Look at what they doing to us here in America. Look at what they doing to the Mexicans. This is a war. These people are people of war. Verse 24, and the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. See, America, they gonna subdue everybody. The United States of Egypt. All right, Hebrew, you got anything?
Yeah, read that verse 25 because that goes where I read it and it says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and shall think to change times and laws, and they shall be given unto his hand until times and divided of time. So what do this country have? What have they done? How did they speak great words against the Most High? What did they do? They changed what? Times and laws.
They did it, Hebrew.
Yes, sir. They changed it.
But I would advise y'all to read the whole chapter 7 of Daniel on your own time. It'll give you a full description of each empire. Because Daniel's description of the final world empire, it included Babylon as one of the nations uh that it would be compared to. And then Psalm 137 is believed to have been written by Jeremiah the prophet. And he refers to the future world empire as the daughter. Let's go look at it, Hebrew. Let's go look at Psalm chapter 137. We're gonna read verse 8 and 9.
Psalms 137.
Don't go tell nobody that Brother Stephen said that Jeremiah wrote Psalm 137. I said it has been said. Hey, I didn't say he wrote it for definite, but it has been said that he wrote it. Psalm
Yeah.
137. A lot of
All right.
scholars say that he wrote that chapter. Go ahead, Hebrew. 8 and 9.
Well, 89. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed.
Oh,
No,
wait a minute.
that's
What did he
prophecy.
say?
O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed.
Uh-huh.
Happy shall he be that
Wait a
rewarded
minute. Wait,
thee
wait,
as
wait,
thou
wait, wait,
hast
wait, wait,
served
wait, wait,
us.
wait, Hebrew. Wait, Hebrew. We gotta read this whole chapter. We gotta read the whole chapter.
All right.
I'll read it if you want me to, but you can,
I got it. I got it. I
okay,
got you.
go ahead.
By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept when we remember Zion. We hang our hearts upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song. And they
Sing a
that wa-
song for me, nigga. Sing one of them old Negro spirituals for me, nigga.
and they
Sing,
that
boy. Sing,
and they
gal.
that wa- and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of those songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Lord's song in a strange land?
In a strange land.
If I forgot thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cunning. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
Hold on, Hebrew.
Old,
This is a prophecy of 70 AD. It's a prophecy of 70 AD. Go ahead, Hebrew.
old daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed. So they would refer Rome as Babylon too.
Uh-huh.
Uh
Bro,
huh.
we still under the Roman captivity.
That's what I'm saying. But it's disguised as we read this prophecy. People that's coming into the truth, they're gonna look at it as they're talking about ancient Babylon. No, Rome is Babylon.
That's
America
right.
is Babylon.
And
Europe is
Hebrew.
Babylon.
And that's why what you said in the beginning when you said, I know we do these lessons a lot. But we have to look back through these scriptures because stuff like this come out, Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to revisit lessons like this. That's why you can't get so puffed up and think you know it all and forget the foundation scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Hebrew.
See, and he prophesied in verse 8 as well. Listen to how he said it. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. That's the end of
That's
the
right.
chapter.
That's right,
Yeah.
Hebrew.
All right, hold on, Hebrew. I gotta go. Hold on.
All right, I'm good. Go ahead. So yeah, family, I wanted to bring that out. Okay. Now both Daniel and Jeremiah agree that the final world empire will be destroyed, which is also what the Most High told Abraham in Genesis 15. Jeremiah was known as the weeping prophet because he witnessed the details of the future enslavement, of whom he refers to as the daughter of my people. This is a term that we'll look at in Zechariah, in the book of Zechariah in a little while, because the prophecy is about the daughter of Babylon. So let's look at Jeremiah chapter 51, family. Let's go to Jeremiah 51. We're gonna walk this thing down. Hey, we're gonna get all the meat out of this one. Jeremiah 51.
Hey, Hebrew, I got a bag in on the door 5, and I'll be
Hey,
right
do your
back. All
thing,
right?
Hebrew. Yeah,
All
just
right.
come back in when you can. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 33. And it reads, For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, the daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor. It is time to thresh her, yet a little while, and the time of her harvest shall come. So what is the Most High saying? The time is going to come when he going to punish the daughter of Babylon. The time is going to come when he going to punish the United States of Egypt. They day is coming, and the clock is ticking, and it's ticking fast. And I'm looking forward to the day of that harvest. So again, in the book of Jeremiah, it is confirmed that the daughter of Babylon will be punished. Now we're gonna look at Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 7. Let's go back to Zechariah. Let's go back to Zechariah. We're gonna look at chapter 2 this time. We're gonna look at Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 7. Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 7 reads, Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. See, the prophet Zechariah, he talking to us in this day. He talking to us right now. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. So, Brother Stephen, how can we deliver ourselves, Brother Stephen? By keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments. By worshiping and praising the Most High. By putting Him first. By living this thing out and not just talking it out. By crying out to the Most High to bring judgment upon our oppressors and on our open enemies. But we got to keep the commandments first and foremost. Zion is used throughout the scriptures to refer to Israel. America as the daughter of Babylon is something that a handful of European teachers have been teaching for a long time. But they won't tell us that. They won't tell us that they call America or the United States of Egypt the daughter of Babylon. They're not going to tell us that. The claim that teaching a black Israel and a black Christ is racist doesn't hold up when we see that there are European teachers that associate America with the daughter of Babylon. Jeremiah makes it clear that Israel is black and Israel is living with the daughter of Babylon in the last days. These are prophecies that we can stand on. These are prophecies that cannot be refuted. They can't refute these. These are the things that you bring out to people that don't believe. Our people that don't believe. Because you can't refute this. It's irrefutable. While some European teachers are willing to address America as the daughter of Babylon, they do not explore why Israel is living with the daughter of Babylon in the first place. This is why we cannot rely on most Europeans for a thorough teaching of Yah's word. Simply because there are some things they're blinded to and some things they look over intentionally. This doesn't mean that all European teachers are bad or teaching falsely on purpose. Some of them are just as blind as many of us were before we started on this journey into coming into truth. We learned that the Chaldeans would be the people that would round up Israel. We done talked about this before on lessons. We done talked about the Chaldeans or Chaldeans. Like in the book of Isaiah, where we learned that the daughter of Babylon and the daughter of the Chaldeans are one and the same. These are the same people. We done talked about it. We done taught lessons on it. Okay, let's revisit it. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47. One of Mike's favorite books. Isaiah 47, and let's look at verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. This is the Most High talking about the judgment that he going to bring upon the daughters of the Chaldees, or the daughters of Babylon, or the United States of Egypt. All of these words, all of these names are interchangeable with these people. More details about the destruction of Babylon can be found in Revelation chapter 18. See, that's another clue that we can get from the Bible, that the Chaldeans are appropriate nations and cultures. They go together. They the same people. Um, let's look at Isaiah chapter 23. Let's go back. Isaiah 23, and we're going to look at verse 13. And it reads, Behold the land of the Chaldeans. This people was not, till the Assyrians founded it for them that dwell in the wilderness. They set up the towers thereof. They raised up the palaces thereof. And he brought it to ruin. How, ye ships of Tarshish, for your strength is laid waste. See, this is the Most High dealing with these people. The Assyrians built the original Chaldean civilization. Those were the Assyrians. Just like the Israelites built American civilization. The Chaldeans simply appropriated both. It also says that the original Chaldeans brought their land to ruin. That's what the scripture just said. So let's look at some of the things. See, the same way that they brought their land to ruin then, they do the same thing today. Let's look at it. Though Europeans, they hunt animals into extinction.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can never have enough of nothing. Like they got all the food they need, but they just have a desire to just go out there and kill every damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
They want to destroy the Most High's creation.
Mm-hmm.
They wicked, man.
Mm-hmm.
Did they not hunt the Native Americans to extinction?
Did
Some
not they
tried.
hunt that? Did they hunt that brother down there in Mississippi that head got cut off his body? They hunted him. Yes, they did.
Have they
Yeah, they did.
have they not destroyed the environment, Hebrew, with their
Mm.
pollution? Like just like they brought their land to waste in the scriptures back in the old times, they doing the same thing to this land.
Yes, sir.
The United States of Egypt. Everywhere they go, they destroy every damn thing. Hey, can't do nothing right. Everywhere they go, they just bad.
Mm-hmm.
But see, these comparisons are easy to make, bro. But there's a deeper context that we can only find if we look at the Hebrew world for wilderness. Let's look at the Hebrew. Let's go to the Strong's Concordance, Hebrew. Let's go look at the Strong's Concordance, and let's look at the word um wilderness. The Hebrew word for wilderness. I got my Strong's Concordance right here. Hold on for a second.
Hey, you know that obelisk you were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
That's that long pointed thing, ain't it?
Uh-huh.
Well,
The biggest one in the world is here in the United States.
well, they got them on all your churches called steeples.
They sure do, Hebrew.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Hey,
what
you
that
sure
is.
right.
That's what that is. That's an obelisk. It's a damn. They call it. They just gave it a little fancy name called a steeple, but that's what it is. They telling you what you worshiping. The ancient gods of Egypt. That's what you doing.
You're exactly right, Hebrew.
That's why the Most High, every time he sent a strong wind through there, he used to blow that steeple down off Mount Olive Church and Mount Zion Church at the same time. Both of them be sitting out there beside the church when they come that Sunday morning. They
Hey, I
quit putting
remember
it.
that. I
You
remember
remember
that.
that? You
Yeah.
remember that? Yeah. Yeah. He knocked down Mount Olive steeple so many times I done lost count.
Man, I lost my Strong's Concordance out, man.
And what they do, they keep raising it back up. Raising it back up.
Dang, Hebrew. Mm.
Yeah, they went over there to Iraq and left it desolate. They went over there to Afghanistan, raped them of them, what you call it, opium, what they were growing over there. Raped them of them resources, left it desolate. Then bust some of them, then flew some of them over here, flew them over here and gave them hundreds of thousands of dollars to start over. They over there making Ukraine desolate. Then flew some of them over there and gave them hundreds and thousands of dollars. So what they do? This is what these people do, man.
That's all they know how to do.
Yeah, yeah. They just go in there and they like leeches, man, and roaches, and they just go in there and eat up everything in sight, man. They like locusts. That's what the Bible describe them, man. Locusts eat up everything. That's what they do. They're coming there. They gonna suck on your women dry. They're gonna suck on your children and get. I mean, they're gonna make them desolate. How they making us desolate during the '60s? Did they not start playing Parenthood? They been trying to leave us desolate for years. Hey, Most High said, "No, you ain't gonna leave Jacob desolate." But that's what they do, man. These people are leeches, man. And, what you call them thing? Locusts. They just eat up everything.
Uh-huh. All right, Hebrew. I got it. The
All right.
Hebrew word for wilderness, the definition from the same as a desert dwelling, that is nomad, or wild beast. Wild beast of the desert that dwell in inhabiting the wilderness. That's what those people are like. They like beasts, bro. They like nomads or wild beasts.
Mm,
That's what they are, man.
mm, mm.
One of the stories that racist Europeans love to tell is how they brought civilization to black people and natives. But
Mm,
however, we see in the Bible that they were desert dwelling nomads that had civilizations handed to them and they ruined it. It's also interesting that the word chosen also means wild beast. This is more in reference to their nature. Wild beasts do not spare young or old. Wild beasts do not spare young or old, and wild beasts are uncivilized mutts, as my brother Willie D would say. They uncivilized mutts, Hebrew.
that's right.
Let's look at Deuteronomy 28 and 50. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 50.
Deuteronomy 28:50. 28:50.
Now you tell me that this don't describe that heathen.
Deuteronomy 28:50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Yeah.
Now you tell me, have you not seen videos of them demons pulling over our elders or killing our children, our babies? Did you not
Mm,
see that video of that damn heathen let that dog go on that little 3-year-old baby? Tore that baby whole scalp out the top of her head.
mm,
And she had the prettiest little plaits on top of her head that you ever want to see. And that damn devil let that damn dog go on that baby. They don't
mm.
care, Hebrew.
Oh, you remember when that state trooper in California jumped on top of that elderly black woman and beat her on the side of the road? I mean, got on top of her, like put his knees in her chest and was beating her in her face, man. She was an elderly
Yeah.
black woman. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm.
Now, while there's a lot of evidence to support Israel being taken from Africa, the evidence that piled up during slavery is close to overwhelming. After slavery in America began in 1619, there were articles, journals, and books written that prove Israel was targeted for the transatlantic slave trade in specific, particularly. Throughout Israel's 400-year captivity in America, the laws passed were always oppressive and have always been used to target Israelites while justifying white torture. The hatred of Israel runs deep, Hebrew. That the first things Europeans did, even before we arrived, was to use a word that was part of our heritage against us, which leads into our next segment, Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37.
Deuteronomy 28:37, it is read, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
So this is prophecy, Hebrew, because guess what? You know that we learned through scripture that Simeon was called Niger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means what? Black skin.
Well,
But over time,
it's called nigger. That's what it's called. Yeah,
but over
that's what they do call it on the Strong's thing we use on the Blue Letter Bible app. He say nigger. He say nigger. That's what he say. Go ahead.
okay, over time the Latin word Niger became nigger or nigger. And it is by that name we're known all over the world. What we also need to understand is that it is the fulfillment of Bible prophecy. And my brother just read it right there in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 37. See, Israel becoming a byword was prophesied. Hebrew, let's go to 1 Kings chapter 9 and verse 7. I'm finna wrap it up. I got 3 more scripts, Hebrew. We might have to do a part 2 to this, man. I got three
First
more
Kings
scripts.
what? First
First Kings
King.
chapter 9 and verse 7.
Uh, Second Kings chapter 9, verse 7, family, and it reads, Then will I cut off Israel, then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name, will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people.
Hebrew, that's in First Kings.
First Kings, Hebrew.
Go to Second Chronicles, chapter 7 and verse 20, Hebrew.
Second Chronicles
7
15
and
and
20.
7. I mean 7
7
and
and
20.
20.
Second Chronicles 7 and 20, and it reads, let me turn the page here, bro. Hold on. And it reads, Then will I pluck them up by the roots out of my land which I have given them, and this house which I have sanctified for my name, will I cast out of my sight, and will make it and will make it to be a proverb and a byword among all nations.
One more. Let's get one more witness. Let's go to Psalms 44 and let's look at verse 14.
Psalms, Psalms 44. Psalms 44 and 14. Thou makest us a, I'm sorry, thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people.
Do people not shake their head when they see how our black women act, like that sister just did over there in Dubai?
Oh yeah,
Don't they shake their head at us, man?
oh
Don't they
yeah.
shake their head when they see young brothers killing each other in the streets like dogs, man?
Didn't they shake their head when they saw them sisters over there twerking while our ancestors got on the ship at in Africa? They was over there twerking on that
Don't
sacred
they
and
shake their heads when they see our brothers leave our women by themselves to raise these boys and these little
mm,
girls?
yeah, they
Don't they
shake
shake
their
their
head.
head, man?
Don't they shake their head when they see us with our pants hanging below our butt?
Don't they shake their head, Hebrew, when they see us ride through with 36s on a car and the rim cost $20,000 and the car don't cost but two?
Don't
Don't
they
they
shake
shake their
their
head?
their head? Yes, they shake their head, brother. Don't they shake their head when they see our sisters walking down the street half naked?
And
Don't
don't
they
they
shake
shake
their
their head
head?
when they can give our people $10 million to get on a rap song and talk about blowing each other brains out in broad daylight?
Don't they shake their head when they hear another rap song talking about vax that thing up, go get vaccinated using that old song? Don't they shake their head? Don't they shake their head when they look at Dwayne Wade's little girl, his son? Don't they shake their head when they look at Magic Johnson's song, his song? Don't they shake their head, Hebrew?
To truly understand the context of what a byword is, Hebrew,
Yeah.
we're going to look in the strong concordance, and the word is Shananah. Strong's 8148. And guess what it means, Hebrew?
What it mean?
A sharp cutting word
Mm, mm.
or to taunt somebody. That's what byword means. To taunt, a sharp cutting word. We know that the above Greek definition of a byword is exactly how the N word is used toward us, Hebrew. That's how they use it. The
Mm-hmm.
Greek word nigger refers to a racial slur, but the English has three different definitions, and I'm going to give them
Oh.
to y'all.
Uh-oh.
A person or thing cited as a notorious, an outstanding example of embodiment of something. A word of impression summarizing a thing's characteristics or a person's principles. A object of general reproach, derision, scorn, and etc. Eurocentric Christian doctrine does not teach the Greek definition of the word. Not to do, they teach the third English definition. There are no other group of people on earth that are known all over the world by a unanimous racial slur, except for us, Hebrew, which is what makes us unique. While the N word may be hurtful to many, it also proves who we really are as a people.
Mm-mm.
See, it also proves who we are as a people. When the Israelites first embarked the slave ships, many of their names were logged in ledgers, Hebrew. You know, we done looked at some of those ledgers. See, those ledgers have been compiled into searchable databases by a multi-university project called Slave Voyages. The following universities were involved in doing this: Emory University Libraries, National Endowment for Humanities, Hutchins Center for African and African American Research, Harvard University, the University of Hull, UK. It's in the UK. Universidade Federal de Rio de Janeiro, that's in Brazil, and Victoria University of Wellington, that's in New Zealand. See, it's been a lot of research done on our people, Hebrew.
Mm.
So if the Negroes that were brought to America are the Israelites, we should find slaves with Hebrew names, prefixes, and suffixes, such as Jah and Yah, in the slave name database, right?
Right. And we
So at the
showed that
time of this
before.
search, the database contained 91,491 slave names ending in Yah or Jah.
That's right. And we
Huh.
showed that. We showed that before.
Huh.
Mm. Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
That one variation of the Hebrew abbreviation for God amounted to 1.369% of all the names on the list. These names, along with everything else, pointing to our true identity, has been erased.
And also Hebrew, it was Yah in their names. Like I remember some of the slave names were Yafi, Yahya, Yaakov, and stuff like that. But also they had the name El in their name, like Daniel, Ezekiel, like that. You know, the El, the L. There's a lot of Hebrews had the L in their name as well, standing for Elohim. El stand for Elohim. That I just had to throw that out there, Hebrew. But we showed that before on the. You can go to slavevoyage.org. Slave Voyage, www.slavevoyage.org, and you can pull this up. And they got a little search engine where you just put Yah there, and it'll pull up all those names of all those Israelites. They're gonna have the sex, the what was they, male or female, the
How tall
age,
they were,
how tall they were, and
what
everything.
color their eyes were. It got all that in there.
Yeah, and like I said, I remember some of those names. It was Yahya, Yafi. Uh, it was so many names, y'all. I couldn't believe. Like that sealed the deal for me when I came into the truth. When I saw those names, and I know go to Psalm 68 and 4, because that's the only place you can find the Most High name in the Bible. One of the places. It's Psalm 68 and 4, Hebrew.
You want me to read it, bro?
Yeah, go ahead. 68 and 4.
All right. Sing unto Yah, sing praises to his name. Extol him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Jah, and rejoice before him.
So Jah, the letter J wasn't it just came into existence in the 1600s, but what that Jah is supposed to be Yah,
Mm-hmm.
YAH. So that's so you can see that. Well, I wish we could pull it up on the screen, but this Psalm 68 and 4, you can see that name is in all capital letters. Ain't it all caps, Hebrew?
It's in all caps, Hebrew.
Yes, sir. So there it is, right there in your face. So like when I came into the truth, that was sealed the deal for me. When I seen his name and I seen them names of them slaves, I said, man, we are the people of the book.
Yes, sir. Hey, but family, we gonna end this right here, Hebrew,
Yeah.
and we'll finish it up. We'll have to do a part two, and we'll finish that thing up at a later time, cause it's fixing to be 12 o'clock, and your brother got to get up in the morning and go to work.
Gotta go to walk.
Gotta go to work in the morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All praise to the Most High. Hey, shalom to everybody in the chat. Like I said, we kept our word and went live again. Shalom, Sister Jam, Sister Cindy, Sister Arlene, Sister Shonda, Chosen One indeed. Is Chosen One indeed? Did I see Chosen One indeed in here?
I don't know, but I know Cortez in here.
Yeah, Brother Cortez, I see him. Sister,
I
yeah, I
didn't see.
said
I don't
Sister.
see chosen one in here. I don't see him.
Oh, okay, I thought I did. That's my fault. My eyes getting sleepy. Yahuwah's kingdom, shalom, brother, shalom. But hey, y'all keep our brother Cortez and his family in prayer. Brothers and sisters, y'all keep him in prayer. Pray for us as well, like we be likewise as we be praying for you. And that's all I got to say, Hebrew.
Okay, all praise to the Most High family. Hey, we appreciate your attentiveness. Hey, we hope that the word of the Most High came out according to a way in a way that He's pleased with it. We pray that someone was edified and that the Most High was glorified. And with that, family, we love y'all. We're gonna bid y'all a shalom. Your brothers got to go to work. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Take us out, Mike.
Take us out.
Take us out.
All right, we out of here.